What up, Hurricane fans? So earlier today, we got the unfortunate news that Tyler Van Dyke would be a game time decision for tonight's game against Clemson, meaning they're gonna put him out there to warm up, and basically he's gonna see how he feels. If he feels like he's ready to go, then he'll play. If not, then in all likelihood, it's gonna be the freshman Emory Williams starting in his place. This is big news because obviously Tyler gives us the best chance to win tonight. While, say what you want about Emory or even Jakari's upside, I personally am a believer in Emory Williams. I think he's going to have a bright future here at Miami. However, he is a true freshman. I don't think he is ready to take that mantle just yet. But you know what? He may have to tonight. We're going to have to be prepared for that as fans. But hopefully Tyler is good enough to go. That would be the best case scenario. If not, then it's going to be the freshman and maybe a little bit of Jakari too. You're probably going to see a little bit of both of them. But this is big news that does definitely affect the game, like the potential outcome of the game. My preseason prediction for this game against Clemson was Clemson over Miami. I believe it was 38-20. I don't think it's going to be an 18-point victory for Clemson, even with the injury to Tyler Van Dyke. I think Miami is going to keep this one more competitive. And like I said during the week, I feel like this team can beat Clemson. Clemson is a very solid football team. I feel like that first game against Duke, that 28-7 loss is a little bit of an anomaly. I think they are way better than what they showed in that game. I think they're more like the team that came down to missing a field goal to potentially win the game against Florida State, who is a top 5 opponent. So Clemson's solid. They come in with one of the best defenses in the country. They're very fast and athletic. Maybe don't have the playmakers and the explosiveness on offense they used to have, or the generational talents at quarterback they used to have, but Clemson is a very, very solid football team. So either way, with or without Tyler, this was going to be an uphill climb to try to win this game. Honestly, I feel like Miami could win this game, even with Emory Williams. They can. It's possible. I'm not feeling super confident, but you guys let me know in the comments. How are you feeling about this game? Do you think that this could maybe be an advantage for Miami? Possibly because, Clemson was preparing for Tyler Van Dyke all week. They haven't seen Emory Williams. There's not a whole lot of tape on him. And you know what? Jakari Brown, he hasn't even played this year. So you do have that kind of element of surprise. Maybe they have some packages they haven't even shown yet for this season because those guys really haven't gotten a ton of playing time aside from Emory and mop-up duty. So Miami does kind of have that element of surprise, that element of the unknown. So we'll see what happens there. In other news, within the same hour, we all heard on Twitter and Instagram or whatever that On3 made a prediction, like their version of a crystal ball prediction, that Armando Blunt could be flipping or trending towards a flip to Florida State. Now, that came as a surprise to me because Armando Blunt is a top 20 or a 2025 recruit, top 5 in the 2025 class. Although he may be reclassing, he is still a junior in high school, and he just committed to Miami what feels like 5 minutes ago. So that was a couple hours of not so great news if you're a Hurricanes fan. Kind of a double whammy there, but you know what? You occasionally have days like this. It's fine. We take it. We move on. We do what we can with it. Hopefully Miami can get this win tonight. I'm hoping Tyler is healthy and ready to go. That's just my opinion. I know some of you may not share that opinion, but he gives us the best chance to win. Let's be honest here. But as for that, either way, I think this is going to be a very, very competitive football game. Miami can come out on top if they just take care of the football, win the time of possession. But on top of winning time of possession, you got to cash in with touchdowns. You can't settle for field goals. You can't be punting. You can't drain the clock and win time of possession and not score, because we've done that and we know it doesn't work. You got to cash in with 7 points each time. And you got to put Clemson in an early hole. I feel like you put them behind the 8 ball early, go up 10-0, 14-0, something like that. You can win this game because Clemson, I don't feel like they have the offense to dig themselves out of a hole like that. While Miami is thin on the defensive line, they are good enough on defense that, if they go up a couple of touchdowns, you're kind of in trouble. One thing Miami cannot do is they cannot let Clemson's run game get going, because that offensive line is big. They'll lean on you and they will wear down our defensive line just like North Carolina did last week. So we got to win time of possession. We got to keep Cade Klubnik and that Clemson offense on that sideline. And we got to do the reverse to them. We got to keep their defense out on the field. It's a little muggy out there. Make them tired. Make them feel it. Make them feel our physical offensive line. Let's get our running game going. I know nobody wants to hear establishing the run. That's not a sexy thing, but you know what? It's important in a game like this. You got to establish the run, but again, you got to cash in with touchdowns. Obviously, no turnovers. You got to play a clean game in that regard. No turnovers. And you know what? Miami may have to make a play on special teams, block a punt, block a field goal, return a punt or a kickoff for a touchdown. Miami has to do something there. Because one thing they have an advantage in is the kicking game. Miami's got one of the best kickers in the country in Andy Borregales. Clemson, not so much. So hopefully it ends up coming down to that, because I think that's where we have a distinct advantage. But anyways, that's it for me. As always, it's all about the U. Go Canes. Join the game again.